Hi, I'm Taryn Manning. I am a singer-songwriter, an actor, an animal activist, an environmental activist, and just a lover of life.
Hi, I'm Ostroff, a musician, climate activist, and Stanford University student. Just 150 miles north of here, a disaster is occurring. Just a few weeks ago, my friends and I visited a town called East Porterville, which is in California's Central Valley. The California drought has become so severe in recent years that there are thousands of people living in East Porterville who have completely run out of water. They're surviving off of bottled water. My science professors at Stanford have found that the severity of this drought is linked to climate change.
And we're here to share these American stories with you guys.
Do you mind me telling them how old you are?
No, I already did. I'm 96.
I said, look, you're the oldest member of our Out of Water Club.
Well, if there's some good-looking men,
she's our matriarch.
Was there ever a moment like this since you've been here?
I've never had anything like this that I can remember. Yeah. But I thought it was my pump, and I called my grandson, and he said, "You're dry. You don't have any water." I didn't know what I was going to do.
California has a drinking water crisis. East Porterville is one example of a lack of good accountability for elected officials. It's a consequence of having no good representation of our basic needs like water.
You just want me to play anything? Just
anything you want, yeah.
At one point the water just stopped, like it just stopped coming out of the faucet. And I remember I was calling my friend on the phone and I was like, hey, can I shower at your house? And that to me was just kind of like an eye-opener, because you think like you have a house, you think like, hey, I can shower here anytime I want. It kind of woke me up. It made me realize like it's not something that's always going to be around forever.
For one thing, I think it's because of the way we've been trained. We're spoiled. All of us think water is just available all the time. Everybody looks up to us, and they think we're the United States. This couldn't happen here.
Listen, we can live without a cell phone, without a car, but no human being can live without safe drinking water.
Without water, we can't have no life.
What I say is, I need water, you know, and somebody hears this, I need your help.
Because a lot of people feel they've been abandoned. A lot of them feel they didn't care.
Because it's not easy. It's not easy.
Each one of us can do something. It doesn't matter how little it is, just speak out. I think that was the most important thing when I first went out. They said, somebody came, somebody listened, somebody cared. We didn't feel like anybody cared. And that's the way you feel when you're in a situation like this. And sometimes we put ourselves in that position because we don't want to ask for help. So help people ask for help.
In the last election, only 1/3 of Americans voted. And for millennials like me, that number is even lower. And that's why so few politicians have been standing up and representing our desires for ambitious climate change action in the state and federal government.
Our local assemblyman had a bill to low-interest loans to drill wells. He was planning for about a $10 million state fund, revolving fund, where people would get a loan and they could drill a well. A senator out of LA killed it without even going to a vote in the Senate. Passed the assembly with 88-0 vote.
We need our government to step up to the plate and do its job to prevent what's been happening to East Porterville from becoming the new normal right here in California and in towns across America.
And we're here to give one of the most powerful tools for climate change, and that is voting. So with the help of our friend Turbo Vote, we're bringing you the most simple way to vote.
And if you've already registered to vote with the help of the Environmental Voter Project, you can take a pledge to vote in the upcoming 2016 election with us together. All you have to do is click this button or the link in the description, and they'll take the rest of it from there. And if you'd like, both Turbo Vote and Environmental Voter Project can send you reminders by phone or email to make sure that you remember to get out and vote this year.
So it's time for us to vote.
To save our home.
To vote for
home.
Watching the sun